All right, thank you for tuning in to another episode. We'll start recording these at 12 p.m. So look for the drops around 12:30. But let's go ahead and get to it. Let me go ahead and share the screen. A lot of stuff to get to in the world of sports today. This story is a story that will not die. I mean, I'm just tired. It's Deshaun Watson being on the top of this thing. Can they just suspend this motherfucker already so we can move on? The interesting story that came out today is that the Browns would consider Jimmy Garoppolo trading for him. That would give them what $60 million that they're paying to the quarterback room this year, which would be insane. But Jimmy Garoppolo's been in a system that's similar to the system that they run in Cleveland, so that kind of makes sense. Deshaun Watson would accept an 8-game suspension, a $5 million fine. I'm sure he would. They're going for the year. So just everybody says that these are Friday news dumps. So I am recording at 4 o'clock, and the preseason football games have started. So I mean, that's always interesting to watch that. That boy, man, that boy Willis is throwing some dimes out here. That boy Willis. I mean, they keep saying that my man is raw, but he's making plays from what I see. I would play him. He just has more juice. I thought that the Titans receiving core was bad, but I forgot that they got Robert Woods, who's coming off of a torn ACL. So you do have to put that into consideration. But the room isn't as bad as I thought it was if Burks really gets off. Matt Willis, his fall in the draft was interesting because I mean he is an older quarterback, but I think he was 23. But I mean he has this athleticism. We've seen these guys being able to develop Lamar Jackson, um, Josh Allen. So like his fall to me was kind of interesting. So I'm rooting for the kid. Uh, Rokon Smith, Matt Everflus, the head coach, says you have to ask him why he's not practicing. He's not practicing because he wants to get paid. It's interesting. Eberflus comes from the Colts last year, and the Colts had a stacked backer, Darius Leonard, who played all over this game, who they gave a lot of responsibilities. A lot of people thought Rokon Smith would step into that role, but Rokon feels he's not getting paid, so he's holding in. I'm here. You can't say I'm away from the team, but I'm not getting on that practice field till y'all pay me. I respect it. So we'll see what ends up happening. I mean, the Bears are not going to be good this year, so their whole thing might be, if it's fuck it, then fuck it. You speaking my language, it's cool. My man Mike Aisha Diaz, Instagram model. I was talking about Instagram models when I said what I was saying yesterday. Dwayne Brown signs with the Jets. Mekhi Becton tore his kneecap. I think tore his patella tendon in his kneecap. It's just sad because the guy had so much potential. The few times he has played, he's been dominant, especially in the run game. But injuries are a part of the game. Tom Brady, I think he left because his mother is ill. So, prayers out to the Brady family. Left the team. An interesting development in that whole Brady orbit is Bruce Beal, who looked like he was going to be the next owner of the team. Bruce Beal, who was Tom Brady's friend, that was part of these negotiations to get him to Miami. It looks like he was supposed to be the next owner of the Dolphins, the owners of octogenarian Ross, which means that you're 80 years old. Like he's 83 or something like that. So, succession planning, it's not morbid. It just has to be, in play because of his age. And everyone thought it was going to go to Bruce Bill, but I guess the NFL is not going to let him take it because I guess he was doing too much, moving and shaking. So that's interesting. Who knows what the blowback of that's going to be? Because all these moves they have counter moves. People are not just going to sit there and take all this guff and not really, fight back. So we'll see. I don't know. NFL they got like 100 things going right now, which is another reason 1101 why Deshaun Watson, they're going to throw the book at him. They just don't have the time to play around and let this become a thing. They got owners being deposed by Congress. They got accusations of holding down minorities. They have accusations of teams tanking in games. They have accusations of tampering. You have a couple of ownership situations that are going south. You have a couple of accusations against NFL executives. Like, it's just, they don't have the time to mess up with this one. You know why? You know, it's not the right season for that. So that's why I just think I always thought they're going to just throw the buck at him. I wanted to talk about some NBA talk. I got my Lakers hat on. You know, it's a day of celebration over here in the Lakers Nation, because let me go ahead and pull it up on Pro Basketball Talk. Came out today. Well, first of all, before I get into that, NBA is retiring number 6 across the league. That's dope. You know, Bill Russell should get the love and the respect that he deserves. So that is really, really dope. But here, Lakers were reportedly willing to add both picks now. So that, you know, changes the thing. That's what the Nets were offering. That's what the Lakers were unwilling to do. So we'll see if this makes these trades move. You know, maybe for the Nets, it's like a cumulative thing that they want to say, okay, combined, as long as we get these assets from the combined 2 trades of these players, then we're happy. So it looks like with this move by the Lakers, it looks like all talks with Russell Westbrook about buying in and doing things have gone south. It looks like, and again, I was a Russell Westbrook fan. I was one of his biggest defenders. He had a terrible season with LA, but I could have chalked that up as first season, never really played with all the guys. The whole, you know, everybody on the team that was a free agent, none of them been signed. I think Kane Bazemore just got signed. It was a bad roster. So you could squint your eyes and shoot him some mail. But when he went on that thing and just blamed everybody but himself, I was just like, okay, he's not living in the same reality that I'm in. But yeah, the news came out the Lakers are willing to trade both picks in 2027 and 2029. My man Mike called me out, said there's no way the Lakers can win a title or 2 with Kyrie Irving. I mean, I think that just puts them as the prohibitive favorite if they get Kyrie. And if they get Joe Harris, they have to get another piece with him. Then you have a serious 5. You have a serious 5. You could go LeBron, Kyrie, Joe Harris, AD, and then insert, you know, player. So that's a serious 5. And, you know, I know the Lakers want to, you know, quote unquote, protect their future, but you're the Lakers. You get free agents all the time. You're going to get a big name to come there, which you have to do because you're surrounded by the spender and Ballmer. You're surrounded by the Warriors who're going to outspend you. Even the Kings have, you know, shout out to them on their offseason. Even the Kings have stepped it up. You have to make yourself relevant. The way that the Lakers lose is not by missing on draft picks, but losing prestige, losing branding. You know, and I think they have a serious risk of doing that if they don't make these moves. So, you know, congratulations to them for, you know, having the common sense to add these 2 picks in 2027, 2029. Who knows what the hell is going to be happening then? So, you know, we'll see what ends up happening with that. But I'm dropping a couple of videos tonight, dropping some more tomorrow, get on a steady flow. Game of Thrones is a week out. So I think should I drop it today or just wait till Sunday and then drop every day until the season opening? I mean, it's the biggest show of all time. So one of my favorite TV shows of all time. I was listening to something today and someone said there's a difference between sci-fi and Game of Thrones, and I really don't get that. I mean, I guess it's just the type of weaponry you use, but that was an interesting take. He was talking about the Predator, so how the guy likes the Predator, but he doesn't like Lord of the Rings, and I don't know. But I love the show. I think it's the best show of all time. I'm eager to see what these prequels look like. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. The game is the game. All right, thank you for watching this clip. Do me a favor, push the button, hit subscribe. Come on, man, push it.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button.
You heard what she said.
Man, do what's right. You heard her. Push the button. The game is a game.
So what's up, man? What's up with you otherwise, you know? The game is a game. Always.